Dr. Hayworth, the Tea Party has certainly been a key element in this election season, and I'd like to ask your thoughts of it, and I'll put it in a direct context. Recently, you said the following: "This great nation was not built on a foundation of taxation and government control. So say the Tri-State Sons of Liberty, and that is why I am proud to be a member and honored to have their endorsement for Congress." Now, I visited their site, and among the stuff I found from the president was, quote, "Our nation is not only under attack from enemies abroad, our nation is under attack from within. Under attack by politicians with hidden socialist, Marxist, or even communist ideologies and agendas. Now is time to join your fellow patriots in defense of freedom." Going on to say, "Every democracy will finally collapse due to loose fiscal policy, which is always followed by dictatorship. Are we ready to take back our country?" Do you feel if you win that you're going to be serving with Marxists and socialists and communist members in the halls of Congress?
One right there.
I feel that if I win, I'll be privileged to serve the American people and the people of District 19. We, in District 19, I would submit, and I'm a lifelong Republican. I've been a Republican ever since I could register when I was 18 years old. I became a Republican because, to me, the party elevated the individual above the state. The Republican Party was founded in opposition to slavery. We value the Constitution. We cherish the freedoms that it enshrines. I'm the daughter of an immigrant to this country from England in 1948, which was labor government dominated. She saw and knew, even at the age of 28, that she would have far greater opportunities here to thrive. And that's what I share with the members of the Tea Party. We all acutely know what is at stake in this election. And if we confer ever greater power on the federal government to tax our citizens, to deprive the vibrant free enterprise marketplace that elevated more millions over generations from poverty and despair to prosperity and dignity than any other system of government in the history of the world, that we will have lost something precious. We cherish it. I am its advocate, and I am proud to join with members of the Tea Party who advocate for those same principles in behalf of every American citizen.
Again, with due respect, though, Congresswoman, you said that, Congressman, Freudian slip, Doctor, you said that
I'll take it.
That you answered the question very eloquently about the American dream, but you said before you were a proud member of the Sons of Liberty, and in addition to what I read, they say that our nation, you know, should not be multicultural, it should be unicultural. One country, one culture. I could keep going on, you get the drift. Are you still proud to be a member of this organization?
The Tri-State Sons of Liberty is an organization that consists of dozens of members who come from a diverse piece of our American life. All they are interested in really is in reviving their local economy under their own steam. And that is their focus. That is why they endorsed me, because they know that I am an advocate for the principles in which I believe and that they share. They have endorsed me because I want to relieve them of the burdens that the federal government is placing on them and on all the citizens of District 19. We stand for freedoms. That is the most fundamental, sacred, and precious element of being American. I believe passionately in American exceptionalism. It is not by accident. It is because our Constitution enshrined our natural rights and placed us above the government. Our federal government is expanding at record rates. We have deficit spending that we cannot possibly tolerate, debt that we will never be able to pay our way out of. Future generations are at risk. That is why I'm running to control that spending and give our freedoms back.
That statement I read, that was from the president or the organization. It's on their homepage. So you're still happy to have their...
He speaks for himself. If you've ever met Stephen O'Donnell, believe me, he speaks for himself, and in a most unequivocal way.
Karen?
Okay.
Do I get to respond to the same question?
We asked individual questions here.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Go right ahead.
Okay, we touched on job creation, and I'd like to circle around back to that. Unemployment in New York State is close to 10%. Thousands of private sector jobs have been lost. Many of those are not coming back. Dr. Hayworth, in your campaign, you have talked about jobs creation and the importance of supporting small business. So please tell us specifically what you would do if you were elected to create jobs in your district.
The best way to create jobs in the district is actually to let all of you create jobs. When you do what you do best as consumers and as entrepreneurs and as people who want to see your friends and neighbors grow and thrive, we all know how jobs are created. They're created because people who take a chance on providing a service or providing a good add value to it. And when they add value to it, then they can earn a bit more money for doing so. And when they can do that, then they can afford to invest further in that same enterprise and to hire friends and neighbors and give them useful work. The marketplace decides those things very effectively. The problem that we have now is that we are overtaxed. Our unemployment rate in District 19 has gone from roughly 4.2% in January of 2007 when Nancy Pelosi became Speaker and Congressman Hall was sworn in to roughly 8.3% now in New York State. And that is precisely because we have been taxed beyond any reasonable extent. It has not helped us. It has hurt us. So-called stimulus, bailouts for the too big to fail, the health law are already incurring costs that we cannot afford. And so long as the federal government and our state insist on taking money from all of you and from our small businesses and our entrepreneurs that should be invested to grow jobs and to further enterprise in this district, we're going to find that we are not going to get jobs back here.
Okay, thank you, Dr.